The popular YouTuber Cry is a predator that has groomed multiple underage girls, and his fans are calling him out for it. He's the most disgusting person I've seen in months. Now this all started when Cry released a video called We Stopped Being Genuine a long time ago, where he talked about his perspective of, oh, I was dating an underage girl online, but I didn't realize it. And believe me when I say, I want to get to that video of this idiot trying to defend himself as soon as possible, but I want us to go back even further to the start where one of his victims talked about him on Twitter. Now before I talk about this, I just want to make sure that this is absolutely clear. Cryaotic himself admits that all of these tweets are correct. Now keep that in mind before I read this. 2011, I was 16 when I became a fan, soon after a friend. You were 22. I admired and cared for the person you were, not the persona you put up. I developed feelings for you and you knew. You never discouraged them, just amusingly kept me at arm's length for when you felt lonely. On my 18th birthday, things took a turn and I was too blinded by rose-colored glasses to see what had actually happened to me. On my graduation day, you told me you couldn't return my feelings as you were too busy messing with your best friend's girl. You said I was a good backup option though. Cry is such an idiot, dude. This is the person he actually is behind his persona, and this is who you've been watching the entire time. But there's more, and we're gonna dive even deeper. You still kept me around for those 2 a.m. calls when you had no one else. I started my first year of college when you told me there was someone else. Found out later they weren't of age either. But again, rose-colored glasses. I thought I was special because you kept me around when you were lonely. I made terrible decisions with you, ones that hurt other people I cared about, and I had to live with that. I was 20 when I told you I couldn't do that anymore. And that I was hurting. I will always remember the response I got back in which you told me the only use I'd ever have to you was as a piece of ass. I told your girlfriend at the time everything. I woke up the next morning and you were gone, as was the community and fandom I felt comfortable and safe in for years. I was 24 when we connected again. I was looking for something, an apology, closure, I don't know, something to fix the years of being used as your personal therapist and toy. It didn't take long for you to start up old habits. I just wanted to start an innocent friendship with you. I've since learned about so many other young and impressionable girls with similar stories. I don't want a public Twitter apology. I want changed behavior. I'll never get the pieces of me that you took back, but I can never replace them with something better if I'm holding on to the hurt you gave me. For anyone reading, thank you for letting me share this. Okay, wow. So much to unpack here, but let's try to go over them. First of all, Cry has had multiple flirty grooming sessions with underage girls where he made them feel important and valuable by talking to them all the time and acting like they were special to talk to, which is a classic manipulation tactic for those of you who don't know. Alright, Cry, I don't care what you have to say to excuse this behavior. You are a bitch and you need to be called out for it. And trying to start something with your best friend's girl is just sick. That's just the type of fake behavior you would expect someone with a shitty YouTube channel around being recognized as, oh, that's the YouTuber with the special voice, because no one will ever remember you for as anything else. Oh, but lucky for you, now we have something else to remember you by, and this is something that no one will ever forget. Now we're going to remember that you're nothing more than a disgusting, backstabbing, grooming pedophile that has preyed on your younger and impressionable audience for the sake of getting a piece of ass. In your own words, too.
When I was younger, I started this YouTube because I didn't really have a purpose in life. I needed something to give me some kind of purpose. I didn't have any actual confidence. I got my confidence from people telling me, man, you're great. That was immature. Also, doing this, I had never really left my room for so long. I'd grown so much that I didn't realize I was a fucking adult, but I was mentally a child. That is not an excuse, for the record. I've always felt disingenuous because I was never open with people about things, because I was always hiding things. I was never able to be genuine with people anymore after the fact that I cheated on my girlfriend with people who I didn't realize were even underage in the first place.
And we have our first strike for Cry. Oh, you didn't know one of the girls was underage? How about all the other girls you talked and groomed to and tried to make them think they were important to you? Did you just happen to forget the other girls' ages when you groomed them like the disgusting pedophile you are? Oh, and you didn't just cheat on your girlfriend, you idiot. You forgot to mention how you betrayed your best friend like the fake-ass person you are. I'm sorry, pals, because I have to say this, because if you're defending this type of behavior and act like, oh, Cry just made a mistake, he's not a bad person, he deserves to be forgiven, you're just an idiot, and you're acting like someone that some snake in the grass like Cry could manipulate. Listen closely. A mistake is something you make once and immediately regret. But Cry didn't make a mistake, he made a habit. He groomed multiple underage girls and now you're expecting him to suddenly regret it when he's caught? Don't be stupid, pals. The video he made is so manipulative and disgusting and it only gets worse from here.
So yes, I'm sorry. But I promise you I'm not that same fucking person anymore. And I resent that person who I was. And I'm sorry that I was hiding who I was this whole time. I've never wanted to be on a pedestal in the first place. And I think that's because I was always afraid of people knowing who I really was. Just some lonely guy trying to find a purpose. Just some lonely guy who genuinely is someone who would be considered a basement dweller, but luckily I live in Florida, so there's no basements. It took me 31 years. It took me until 10 minutes before my 31st birthday to realize I was going in a constant projection of fucking nothing because I never really accepted who I was. I always made excuses, and I'm fucking sorry for that. I'm not going to say any more because this is not some pity party. This is more addressing the things that need to be said, more so than giving people their dirt or tea or whatever the fuck they need.
Okay, this part is important, and I want you guys to pay close attention to when he says, I'm not trying to make this a pity party, because that will come in handy later. Now, I'm going to show you this last part, but I want you guys to keep that in mind.
I feel like a lot of people are afraid of ridicule, prejudices, and bullying. They are afraid of people picking on them because they're showing their genuine human emotion. I feel like people need to be okay with doing that, even if it makes them be the bad guy, because that's the most human thing you can possibly do. And I'm fucking sorry again, but I promise I've changed. See you in the next one.
Okay, pay attention to how he ended this video. It's not a pity party, and we can respect that, right? I'm so glad he was able to admit his mistakes of accidentally grooming multiple underage girls. What a swell guy, right? What an absolute pinnacle YouTuber. Well, it turns out he had an unlisted video he mentioned in this one where he lets all his emotions loose, and I need to show it to you guys. But yes, keep in mind what I said earlier, and it'll all make sense.
Is it vacancy? I don't know. My goal, seriously, I'm not bullshitting. I have nothing to gain from lying to you guys. I'm just here to try to make you guys happy because I'm not a material guy. I've tried to explain this to people all the time and they just think, whatever. But I fucking got into YouTube when there was nothing to be gained. I did it because my ex at the time said, hey, record yourself playing Amnesia. My fucking house is a shit show. And I don't have desire for things because I've been supporting my sister for so long. And I haven't started my life yet. See, this is very personal. I'm gonna regret saying this later, but I feel like being open with you guys, okay? I haven't got to start my life yet. I'm 31. I'm not looking at chat, by the way. I'm totally looking to the right. This is great. So anyway, I just it was one of those things where I need to make change in perspective. Perspective is very important. All right, never have the perspective of fuck. You are always wrong. Everything you're saying is wrong. Welcome to gaslighting, motherfucker. You get gaslit. So understand that sometimes just because you think you're wrong because they keep telling you wrong, no, you're probably fucking right, okay? So understand that you deserve to have your shit fucking heard and respected.
And then he realized he was flirting with underage girls who tried to get a piece of ass, and he cried himself to sleep because he was that much of a little bitch. Boys, listen to me. He is trying to manipulate you all, and it's working. Look at some of these comments. I believe this is what Cry needed to make to help himself, and I could not be more happy for him. Although you could consider this a sad video, I still stand by my statement of he needed this. Cry, I've watched your stuff since I was a kid. This hurt my heart so bad hearing you cry, and I started crying too. We love you, and your fan base will always be by your side no matter what. No matter how many underage girls you prey on. Are these people out of their fucking minds? Look at the likes on these comments. I feel like these people that didn't know what was going on just clicked the video, saw him crying, and just went, "Aw," and can you blame them? Cry barely touched over what he did wrong. He even tried to say he didn't know she was underage, when in the earlier tweets he talked about using that girl like she was just another piece of ass for him. Oh, but guess what? There's still more. We are here for you too, dude. Be yourself. Be the Cry we've always loved. Just not a pedophile. I desperately wanted to hug Cry. I've always seen Cry as a friend, so if he needs support, I will be there. Maybe not physically, but here. He needed this. This last one really drives my point home, and I want to show it to you guys because it's so important and disgusting. I never want to show their names, but I just want to say this comment honestly annoyed me. I can't believe people are attacking you. You're literally the sweetest YouTuber. You're an angel, Cry. Congratulations, Cry. You've managed to manipulate more of your fans like you did with those underage girls. But for those of us who aren't as easily manipulated like the young, impressionable audience that you exploit, I have to say it's not hard to find a rat like you when you're crying so damn loud like a little bitch for everyone to hear. And for the fans that may have fallen for his manipulations, don't feel bad. He did set it up so you might barely know what's going on before you saw him bawl his eyes out to try to cover up his actions. Just learn from your mistakes and better yourself, just like our pal Cry is trying to preach in his video. And don't ever let someone take advantage of you. If you think they're trying to manipulate you, gaslight you, make you feel bad for them, just say fuck off. Leave me alone. Thank you so much for watching, boys. I'll see you guys later.